What's going on, everybody? I'm Giant Opinion Sports. Today, we're going to talk about Daniel Jones, my expectations for his fourth season, and what I think DJ needs to do to succeed in the 2022 season. I don't normally talk about Jones on the channel because the comments tend to become just a toxic mess. But I cover the Giants, and this must be done. But listen, this is a huge season for DJ. If he doesn't perform, the Giants are looking to trade for a veteran quarterback next year, or going after a quarterback in the draft. And as we know, a rookie quarterback needs time to develop, so that's just longer until the team can seriously compete, in any kind of playoff run. It would be ideal for Daniel Jones to step up and be the man this year. It's kind of hard to put some kind of statistical number on the amount of touchdowns I want to see because it's a new coaching staff. We don't know if we're going to have an actual healthy season from the receivers and the line. So the number one thing I'm going to judge Daniel Jones on is what he can control and wins. Especially if the defense resembles anything like we've seen the last couple seasons. The O-line can't be worse than we've seen last season, that's for sure. I want to see DJ, number one, improve his timing in the pocket, going through his reads, which I'm confident he can. We have seen glimpses where he does that well, in certain schemes. That pre-snap, curl flat garbage Garrett ran here doesn't work, and it obviously wasn't a scheme fit for Daniel Jones' play style. I honestly believe Dable will open up the offense and allow Jones to just rip it downfield. And barring injuries, I actually like this wide receiver room, surprisingly. There's some ballers on the roster. Golladay and Shepard might not be number one on receivers, but they are rock-solid playmakers. Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney can take a swing pass 50 yards any play. There's weapons here for DJ, so I want to see consistency from Jones at a minimum. I don't need Peyton Manning performances 17 weeks out of the season, but give me a baseline of solid to good. When we're playing them better teams, I can live with a clunker in there. Every quarterback has an off game every season. Just a good defense comes in with a good scheme. It happens. I just want to watch the games and feel like we have a chance for a big play at any time. That's my hope for this year. We haven't had that the past two seasons. Mostly, I think, because the offensive system was built on ball control and gaining 40 yards of play. When Joe Judge was here, you need them 4 or 5 big chunk plays at a minimum every game to score with the better teams nowadays. So I think the scheme will give us opportunities to do that. So I expect DJ to look a lot more like rookie DJ. But listen, I read an article that said 8 to 10 fumbles is right around league average for a quarterback in a season. Now, I want to see Jones right around there, tops. I don't want to see more than that next year. I have hope for that. We've seen his fumbles go down substantially since his rookie year. Last season, he was actually watching the rush a little bit, something that I was calling for, which was nice to see. There was moments, he slid up in the pocket, but there was still too many times where he held the ball too long. Instead of moving in an open spot in the pocket, kind of moved into pressure. I want to see Jones be at least average in this department next year. And I can live with a few fumbles if we're getting those big, huge chunk plays and then big runs from Jones. Something else that needs to improve on this team is the red zone offense. It was putrid last year. No one was getting open. The O-line would constantly have penalties, which would knock us out of the red zone and sometimes even out of field goal range. Or the O-line would just completely collapse. I think the scheme will improve the red zone offense. But I want to see DJ put the ball in the end zone when the opportunities are there. His rookie season, he was actually pretty good in the red zone and with those tight window throws. So my expectations, in the red zone for this upcoming season is for that to become the biggest improvement from last year. Actually give Golladay some fades. If you see one-on-one down the red zone, give him a chance. Get the ball to KT and Wan'Dale fast, let them break a tackle, score a touchdown. Now, I think Dable will use his weapons properly. We still have to wait and see it, but I just have a feeling, the O-line is vastly improved. Vastly. There's a few young guys, but still, there's no excuse for this roster to not play well in the red zone this year, if people are healthy. So to recap, so far I've said I want Jones to improve on his timing in the pocket and on his reads. I want more chunk plays this year, keep the fumbles to at least the yearly average for an NFL quarterback, and I want him to vastly improve in the red zone. Now, one of the last things I want to see is if the games are close at the end. I want to see wins against teams we're better than or equal to. There hasn't been many clutch moments for Jones, And I get it. The O-line has repeatedly collapsed since Jones has been here in those situations, especially down the stretch of games. The O-line is better, hence Jones needs to be better. I don't care about total touchdowns on the season. More than anything, I just want to come out of games feeling like our quarterback played well and we won. Or when we're playing the better teams, better teams than us, we had a chance to win and it was close and we were competitive. I want to see DJ from the first 5-6 games of last season, not the DJ from the last 5 games of last season, if you get what I'm saying. I felt like there was games Jones played good to really good the last 2 seasons, and at the end of the game you look at the stats and he has like 1 touchdown. That was obviously part of that system that we were running. So I don't care if he doesn't throw 35 touchdowns next year. Give me 9-10 wins, a wild card appearance, and 25-26 touchdowns, and I can live with the Giants franchising Jones and see what he can do in his second season in a good scheme with Daboll. But if Jones throws them 35 touchdowns, Joe Schoen is going to be kicking himself for not picking up that 5th year, that's for sure. But listen, it's no secret that I'm a believer in Daniel Jones' talent. I like the arm, the running ability, some of his intangibles. I think he's a better leader in some ways than he don't get credit for that. We need the talent to show. The talent's there. It needs to start appearing. There's weapons. The O-line is ready. I think it's time to shine. This is it. He gets hurt, he's gone. That's why I didn't really bring it up, during his video. He misses 6-7 games this year. His Giants career is over. It's that simple at this point. If everyone stays healthy and the play calling is good, I think he's genuinely got a shot at having a good year. I've seen the glimpses from him. It's just now, this is the year to just put it all together. I believe this offense can be sneaky good and surprise some people this year. I've seen some Giants fans saying we're only going to win 5-6 games. I think we're going to be better than that. I think the offense should be at least middle of the pack. And if they are, hey, us Giants fans definitely deserve that. And listen, this year's schedule is pretty weak. You can't just comb over the schedule and pencil in wins, but there is 9-10 games that are very winnable. And the Giants got a chance. A couple key injuries on division teams, in the NFC East, and it's wide open. So if the coaching staff is legit and Jones can come of age, Daniel Jones will have a legit chance to succeed next year. And that's all I can ask for in a make it or break it season for a player. I'll feel better about moving on if we give him a fair evaluation in just this year. Even if it's only 1 year, it's fair. That I'd feel better about it. Even if the entire offense gets hurt again and the team sucks, he's going to be gone. That's just the facts of the matter. But if it's on him and he fails, the team's healthy, I'll have peace of mind next season moving on. When we're looking for the new guy, that the team didn't ultimately fail him. I would just feel better about that. As long as DJ is the starting quarterback for New York Giants, I'm going to root for him. I don't care who the quarterback is. If the New York Giants quarterback succeeds, the Giants are winning games, and that's really all that matters to me at the end of the day. And I'm probably more excited for this season than I've been in a good while, probably since Jones's rookie year. What does DJ need to do to succeed in 2022? I say win and be consistent and just let it rip like we've seen before. Just let it go. I know I'm kind of all over the place in this video, but there's just a lot of unknowns right now at the moment. I'm really hoping that we finally hired a real head coach with a real scheme. I think Daboll's scheme will be more important than just about anything on this team. Maybe, players staying healthy is more important than the scheme, but it's pretty damn important. I want to be a believer in Daboll, I really do. But at the end of the day, we got to see it on the field. But you guys let me know what your expectations are for DJ and the offense this upcoming season. What do you need to see from Jones to bring him back for that 5th year? I'm just curious what you guys think. Appreciate everyone that just watch and interact with the channel. You guys have been great to me. I can't say thank you enough. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, and stay awesome, obviously. And peace.